It's rivalry week in college football. The Dawgs are taking on the Ramblin Wreck in Atlanta, and in Auburn, the Tigers are set to do battle with the Crimson Tide, a game with national title possibilities on the line. Fox Sports 1670's Bill Shanks and 41 NBC's Tucker Sargent break down the big games in this week's Rant and Rave.
Rant and Rave Issue 1, clean old-fashioned hate. Georgia versus Georgia Tech. Well, I'll tell you who better win. My Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia Tech never wins this game, Tucker. They just can't win it. It's a shame. Well, no, it's really not. Georgia, even with a backup quarterback, is going to win this football game in Atlanta. Those Tech people are getting awfully cocky all of a sudden, but it's not going to happen for them this year.
Well, they've put up some big numbers against some teams this year, and Georgia has struggled
Teams?
against the run, Bill. They've struggled against the run. I'm going Georgia Tech in the upset. Without Aaron Murray, I'm going with them.
Okay, then let's move on.
How about that next one?
Alabama, my Crimson Tide
Oh,
against
my
your
gosh.
Auburn Tigers. Yes, my Crimson
Your
Tide.
Crimson Tide.
Nick Saban, hell to Nick Saban. Come on. And talking about cocky.
Typical.
Talking about cocky. You Auburn people.
Well, we have reason to be, you know? We have reason to be. Unlike Georgia or Georgia Tech, really.
Okay, you're playing Alabama. You're playing Nick Saban, Bear Bryant Jr. Come on, you have no chance in this game, Tucker. Admit it.
No, I'm not going to admit it because I'm pulling for Auburn. It's in Auburn. Alabama struggles against good teams at Auburn.
Yeah.
Auburn's going to win. Wait for it. Georgia people will be so upset.
Wow. The eggnog is flowing early in the holiday season to the Sargent household. Okay, let's move on. We may agree on this.
We might.
Florida and Florida State. Now, who's going to take Florida after they lost to Georgia Southern? Mercer would give Florida trouble. Florida State will kill them, don't you think?
Yeah, I think so. Will Florida even score? They could only put up 20 against Georgia Southern. What will they do against Florida State? I'm going to give them the goose egg against that.
That might happen. That might happen. And finally, you know, this was kind of big, too, because South Carolina's been killing Clemson. Both are great teams this year. They're both highly ranked, both in the top 10. South Carolina and Clemson. You know, I guess it would help Georgia a little bit just from a recruiting standpoint if South Carolina loses and Clemson desperately wants to win. And, you know, Dabo Sweeney up there, they kind of really putting the screws to him to win this football game. I don't know, though. I think South Carolina's still going to win it.
Yeah, how in the world is Clemson still in the coach's top 5 after losing to Florida State by that much?
Nobody else is there. They all are bad teams.
Clemson is a pretender, but so is South Carolina, so who knows in this game. But I'm going SEC. I'll be a homer here.
Okay.
Gamecocks.
All right, well, it's going to be a fun week. It's rivalry week. The best games of the year are this weekend. We can't wait. And, of course, great games on Friday night, too. High school football, week 14 of the End Zone. We will see you for quarterfinal action. Can't wait for that on Friday, 11:15 for the End Zone. We'll see you then.